जयपुर via कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Chennai Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो।
Well, CSK came back to Chepauk after a few years and they have given quite the welcome back party to their fans. At least their batters have. 217 is what they have scored in 20 overs. I'll give you a moment to just process that. 217 is what they have scored. They've lost 7 wickets, but they don't care because they've got 217 in their 20 overs. Well, look at it. A lot of people got runs. Rituraj Gaikwad, brilliant start. 79-run power play between him and Conway. The highest they've ever got in a power play in Chepauk. Shivam Dubey got some runs. Moin Ali got some runs. Ambati Raidu, not out of 27, hit Mark Wood for some great shots in his... It worked that pace beautifully on the short side of the boundary. MS Dhoni making Chennai fans happy just like he knows how to. Comes 6 first ball, 6 second ball, out 3rd ball. No fuss. Typical MS Dhoni innings. It's what they needed at the end. I'm Gaurav Kapoor here on Cricbuzz Live. With me, Joy Bhattacharjya and Lisa Sthalekar. Lisa, this is some welcome back party.
Well, it's ridiculous, isn't it? We were talking about Chepauk, spin friendly. 200 is what they'd like to score. Chennai, no chance on this ground.
Yeah.
And then all of us were sitting there going, I cannot believe what we're watching.
Yeah.
The fact that they got out of the blocks quickly, but then they were able to keep going, just shows that depth from a batting perspective, and they've got hitters that can keep going all the way through the innings, means they get a total like that.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got the hitters. Let's start from the beginning. That power play, 79-run power play. Now, before the game started, I was sitting here and going, oh, we got a record 85-run power play yesterday from Rajasthan. That's never going to happen at Chepauk. Well, looks like they heard me. They said, we're going to prove you wrong, buddy. And they did. 79-run power play. 35 after that. They lost a couple of wickets and they slowed down perhaps just a little bit. But those are the Bishnoi overs, right? I think we have to also talk about Bishnoi. But let's first talk about the opening partnership between Conway and Rituraj Gaikwad.
Absolutely spectacular. And I think the way they sort of divided it, the moment Krishnappa Gautam came, the right-hander hit him. So they knew that who was going to take on whom. And the idea was not to allow the bowling to settle. So if you see the spinners, they went after the spinners immediately. The first over Pandya, the first over Gautam, both got slaughtered. I didn't understand why at that point in time they didn't throw in Ravi Bishnoi, whether they were saving his overs or not.
What, he came in the 10th over?
Yeah, they missed a trick out there. Definitely missed a trick out there. Your best bowler, you can't save him in cotton wool. You're just making it worse for him because the more the batsmen bat, the more confident they're going to get. So perhaps they missed a trick out there, but that combination, we were talking about what's a good score and, being upfront, it's more difficult to tell. These guys just told themselves, we are going to go for 106 and let's see where we land up because they just creamed it.
They do this, right? After their first game when Wood got 5 wickets, again, we were talking on the show saying Mark Wood only comes into bowl in the 5th over, right? Picks up 5 wickets. Today, we were wondering why Bishnoi has come to bowl only a 10th over. Maybe their strategy is just make them wait for the ball so that when they get it,
they get a wicket straight away.
They're like, I've been waiting so long. Like sending Stoinis at 8.
Yeah.
Just make them so desperate.
Yeah,
I'll just never get over that Stoinis at 8, basically. It'll take me a few seasons.
Yeah, it'll take you.
I think
It'll take you a few lifetimes, I think.
It'll take me a few seasons.
Yeah, it was strange. And we did the combox straight after that going, why has it taken so long? Because we look at the stats and what wrist spinners do. We even split it as well. Off spinners, wrist spinners, they're more successful. And given the start that they had, why didn't they turn to him straight away? But they did, and he was the standout really for them. And thankfully he was there. Otherwise, I don't know what score they would have put on the board.
300, I don't know. Like if you look at him, he's gone just at a smidge over a run a ball at a time where everyone else has gone for over 10 then, right? Because the other 16 overs, that means they've gone for 190.
Yeah, Kyle Mayers did okay because he bowled his first 2 overs for about 8 and over, which was okay. The rest, everybody went. I thought though that Mark Wood is the kind of person who would go under these circumstances because Mark Wood is bowling at the kind of pace where you're going to have top edges which are going to fly. So they know that Mark Wood will probably give 7, 8 runs, 7, 10, 15 runs more than he deserves simply because edges will also fly.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to get you the wicket. So you can't look at Mark Wood and say he's supposed to be economical as well. It doesn't work that way for a fast bowler or a 150 plus bowler. But the rest of them, I think they'll be looking at it and wondering, did we get a trick wrong? Did we bring Bishnoi on late? And
He was their 7th bowler.
yeah, exactly.
Because they're obviously throwing it to everybody and just skipped right over his head. Maybe
Just
because
forgot him.
this is a little short, maybe that's why they just didn't see him. But there you go. See, he's the 7th bowler they've tried in the 10th over.
The other guy I was actually impressed by, and he was a trifle unlucky as well, was Yash Thakur.
Yeah.
I thought he was the pick. Avish Khan is a far more senior cricketer to him, but he was really good in the way he bowled, slower balls, keeping it in the body. Trifle unlucky. There's one just flew over Avish Khan's head. Another just missed the stumps. 4 for 36 under these circumstances. I think they'll look at him and say, this is a keeper. This guy is somebody who will give us value over time.
Yeah, let's talk about Rituraj Gaikwad because he had that brilliant game, the first game, 92 or 50. Today also he got a 26 ball 50 and looked like he was going to run away with it. It took a great catch to stop him. But geez, he's in some good form, augurs well for the team in yellow.
Yeah, I mean, what player of the series for Vijay Hazare?
Yeah.
600 odd runs. White ball, he's seeing it like a big balloon at the moment. And you can tell that because it feels like he has a lot of time.
Yeah.
And when people are in that red hot form, they just move so smoothly to the positions that they need to and pick up the ball nicely. Doesn't look like it's an effort at all for him. And again, he showed that.
Yeah, he's got out of the blocks here in the orange cap race. It'll take some catching if he stays in this kind of form.
And there'll be one question and people will keep asking it. He got a chance and got injured. But why isn't Rituraj playing more for India? Just like, Rituraj should be you're looking at him both for ODI and T20. And of course, Sanju Samson for T20, that's another story we shall talk about at some point in time. Every other country in the world says, thank goodness for these guys. Not
Yeah, especially Rituraj, because we spoke about this during the India-Australia series, where because there's just so many players who have come and played around India, sometimes you tend to just forget who was kind of the person you were backing a few months ago. And Rituraj Gaikwad is one name that came to my mind saying, wait a second, he was just there and thereabouts, and suddenly he's nowhere, and we're just not discussing because there's so many players that have come and gone, and he's really kind of in these 2 games, and I know it's a small sample size, but it's a big sample size because he's played about 80 odd deliveries, and I don't think he's been beaten in even one of them, even the one that he got out to today.
Yeah,
and just a reminder, the World Cup is here. So
in a few weeks. It's weeks now. Think about it as weeks. 24 weeks.
Is it 24 weeks?
Come on, 6 months.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. But yeah, I mean, certainly he is a guy that you need to start talking about a lot. And the IPL, whilst it's been great for exposing a lot of younger players, it does put too many players in the bucket, doesn't it?
That's a big point.
Yeah.
We how many fast bowlers has India played in the last 4 years?
I think about 25. We did the math. I wouldn't be off.
I mean, you're the third 11 played against us a few years ago in the
Do you
Test.
remember Barinder Sran?
Yeah. You're
He
right.
played for India.
True.
Okay. He's not even in the IPL now, There are players who've played, there's so many of them. They've all played for India.
Sandeep Warrior, who's come in as a replacement player, he played one game
I think
for
Avish
India.
has played.
Avish, of course, has played. Avish was one of your sure starters in the Asia Cup or before the Asia Cup.
Yeah. So,
right?
we have a pool of about 15 fast bowlers which is rotating.
Yeah.
Batsmen. And it's really difficult. And the point of it is that by constantly rotating, you're not giving anybody any confidence. And that's a dangerous thing. So somewhere, it's also sometimes, if you remember Australia at a particular time, when Brad Hodge was in absolutely spectacular form.
Couldn't get in.
He couldn't get in. Sorry. This is it. We'll go with our set people. And he goes, I think Mark Waugh gets injured or something. He scores a double century next test.
Next game gone.
1 second. Scoring a double century and sitting out. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Scoring a triple century and then sitting out. Sounds even more familiar. Karun Nair.
Karun Nair, yes.
300 in a test match and that's it. Never play again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Goodbye. Well, Chennai could be thinking right now, Chennai fans could be thinking, who look at Lucknow and say, thanks for coming. Oh, wait, they've got the batters, right? One team's got 217. We may think it's too much, but if one team can get it, the other team can get it too, right? There's KL Rahul, Kyle Mayers, Marcus Stoinis, Deepak Huda, Krunal Pandya, Nicholas Puran, Krishnappa Gautam is out and Ayush Badoni is come in. They made that substitution. No, did they make it for...
No, they did.
Yeah.
Did they make it for Gautam or did they make it for... No, I don't think they made it for Gautam. Avesh.
Avesh Khan.
Avesh. So
Khan.
Avesh is
Gautam
gone,
can
so
bat
which
a
means
bit.
they've got another batter there. So they are proper batters.
Yeah, they've got they
Till
they
8.
bat till 9, literally 9. I mean, 9 is Krishnappa Gautam, who's fairly decent.
Okay.
He can
No,
bat
he's a
the
good
ball.
bat.
Yeah,
he's a decent
he
bat.
can
Big
whack the
hitter.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, they can. I know it's tough.
Well, and then you also look at the fact that KL loves playing against Chennai.
Yeah.
We showed that at the pre-match about the numbers that he does produce. I also think it's an opportunity potentially to get Stoinis a little bit higher as well.
Yeah.
Because he's the type of guy, if you give him a bit more time, he will go really big at the back end for you. I haven't seen an innings from him for a while yet.
Kyle Mayers, of course, if you saw him in the first game, he got dropped. It was a very simple catch. Who dropped him? Hang on. It's coming to me. It's coming to me in a
Fast
second.
bowler.
Indian fast bowler.
Come on. We've all gone blank. Come on.
Siraj, no, not Siraj. Which team were they playing?
They were playing
Delhi. Who are the Delhi bowlers? Come on.
Oh God.
Somebody. Anybody.
I don't know what is
She
that.
was slacking today. Oh, wait a second. So he was dropped at 14. basically.
Khalil.
Khalil,
Ahmed.
thank
Khalil.
you.
Even
Lucky
our
for
cameraman is pointing to me and saying, Khalil, why am I sitting out here and why is he outside? But that's the truth of it.
It's our pretty faces, man. That's why we're here. It's our pretty faces, that's all. And of course, thank you to Lisa's notes. What would we do without her writing everything that happens? So yeah, Khalil dropped him at 14, coming back on track. He, of course, then went on to get 70 plus. But Mayers has also had a very interesting career. Right, there you go. Before, I mean, he made his debut and nothing spectacular was happening in as many as 64 innings. I don't know what watershed event happened, but since Jan 2022, he and T20 cricket are doing much better than previously, right?
He is. In fact, they looked at him as a potential test player. Started off with the double century on debut.
Yeah.
So he's looked on as that powerful player, Barbados, that school of playing, big bodies, bowls quick, can really whack the ball, But the thing about him is that he has to get going because see, if you see KL Rahul in all his innings, he's a 142, 150 kind of thing. That's not going to cut it today.
No.
Yeah.
That's not going to cut it today because you're chasing 217. So if you don't score, and if this pitch is getting slower, though after watching them bat the last 5 overs also, I didn't notice too much. If it's beginning to slow down, you need to say that I need to score 100 in the first 6 or try and reach that kind of 80, 90.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go. It's 180, 185 is the strike rate that you need.
Yeah.
So you can't be slow. But then you can also, in the power play, mess it up because if you go out thinking, I need 85 in the power play.
Yeah. Well, this is where the impact player does assist teams chasing big totals
correct.
because
Have
they can
one
bring in
more.
they've got in Ayush Badoni now.
So an extra wicket effectively.
So it lengthens their batting order. So it's almost a free wicket almost that they can keep going a bit harder. So yes, you don't want to, the rule of thumb is you don't want to lose 3 wickets, but you potentially could, but still be in a good position to get. They've got to forget the wicket column and almost just look at runs. And if they lose it by going really hard, then at least they're starting to learn how to potentially chase big totals or KL going quicker than what, there's always been speculation about his strike rate for as long as I can remember in the
absolutely.
IPL. So here's a chance to kind of go, no, I've got it. I understand I've taken all the feedback on. This is a total I've got to go from out of the blocks quickly.
The advantage for Lucknow, though, is that Chennai is packed with spinners, but they've seen how their finger spinners went, and there isn't much there for them. And, Chennai has, they can be looking at those 8 or even 10 overs and saying, all right, we can do this.
You can. Just remember one thing. Neither of the West Indians are great players of spin. Neither
Okay.
Puran likes the fast bowling, loves it because he's a very reflexive player. But he also has a tendency to jump out at spinners, and these are very clever boys. People like Ravindra Jadeja and all are really clever.
Yeah.
So they'll have to just watch that a bit. This is not Puran's game of choice, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I'd be interested in seeing Marcus Stoinis bat as far up the order as possible.
Same.
Could be. Could see him up at 3. All right. Can they... okay, I just don't want a one-sided game.
Oh, we're all in favour of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we all on the same page here?
Absolutely.
We just have to talk to the Lucknow players. I can just get a word into them. No, we've had too many one-sided games. the last couple of days.
Can I
don't want
also
any.
say, can we have a game that finishes on time? We have
No.
Manu Nair,
No.
one more match referee where the game has gone at least 35 minutes over time. There has not been any significant injury. No over has been talked. Not a single over has been talked. When will one match referee stand up and say, I'm sorry, you guys are over, take only 4 outside?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
happened so far. Somebody has to stand up and show some spine. Even Josh Butler has tweeted about it today.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Maybe they don't listen to us screaming ourselves hoarse. At least they'll listen to the players.
Can I interject here as well? WPL, I think in the first couple of games, it happened. So they're quite happy to put the rule of thumb on the female players, but
Yeah.
where's the same?
Where's the justice?
Where's the justice?
That's not
Don't
right.
get me
Great point,
started.
Lisa.
Oh, that's not right. I'm with you, Lisa. Let's go.
Yeah.
Crusade is on.
Yeah, flags. I'll make the flags.
But we've been saying this from the first day. You can't have
A rule.
a T20 game. First of all, you can't have a T20 game going 4 hours. Right? You can't start at 7:30 and finish at the same time you finished 8 o'clock games at. Right? Where's this magical half an hour black hole going? What's this Bermuda Triangle of time that is happening here? Secondly, if you say there's a penalty, where is the penalty? There's one DRS call, maybe one boundary stoppage, something, no
It
injury.
wasn't
You're absolutely
too
right.
much actually.
How much will they
today.
blame on the dog? How
Yeah.
much can they blame on the dog?
5 minutes on the dog running on the field. Started 4 minutes late. One DRS only. So, yeah, I want to see what this penalty is. Are just some kids walking
It's
outside
like
the
your
stadium
red
and taking
table.
penalty kicks? Like, what's going on?
It's like the red table keep promising people.
Stop it. There is no red table anymore. Look down. It's white. Where did the red table go? Went to the same place where the penalty for taking too long to bowl your overs is. It's behind that same door. All right, we're going to get out of this door right now. See you at the end of the 10th over with the Cricbuzz Combox. And, of course, at the end of the game, we'll be here with Cricbuzz Live. That, of course, will be, I think, past midnight or something. There's a lot to complain about. We'll come back and complain about it on Cricbuzz Live. Right now, big thank you to Lisa and Joy. I'm Gaurav Kapoor. You were watching Cricbuzz Live. Streaming now, worldwide. Cut to 3 shot. Cut to end credits.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दें